Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today we will be discussing this thread right over here, high tier equipment as a goal for endgame. We have covered it before, and pretty much what the original poster stated was that he's not the gear just doesn't feel as immersive and as enjoyable, and especially late game, it just doesn't feel up to par with other games, right? And we have more dev replies today. We got 2 pages actually, so we're going to see what they have to say and if there's any news on future updates. So let's do it. So first we have a player saying, hey, can we expect the armor prices reduction soon, or will the change be released in the future? Just curious about it. Thanks. So there was price reductions that were talked about by the developers for sure. We have gone over that, but that was a while back. So let's see what they got to say. So dev states, hi, armor price reductions are not decided yet. Okay, so they were just talking about it, right? It wasn't anything confirmed. But working on a weapon price reduction and rebalance, which requires further testing and polish, and it will take some time to reach our players, but I believe we have a good progress on our item evaluation model and general crafting experience. Okay, so some crafting changes, which are very much needed, and some weapon price reductions. I'm pretty sure they're talking about the throwing weapons, as the big problem. We're still considering some options about armor valuations, but timetable is not certain. True. Low key, obviously it makes sense for them to do weapons first. I'm saying this because obviously weapons are connected to the crafting system as well, while armors are not connected to that system. So it makes sense why they would be working on weapon price reduction first, and then thinking about armor valuations and doing reductions on that as well. Yeah, I think just, obviously, I don't know what you, again, I've said this before, I don't know what you can really do with crafting. Like, I don't know how else you can really fix it. It's just, I don't know. I feel like it's always going to be grindy. I feel like it's always going to be kind of just like one of those things that you do one playthrough, or if you want to get money real quick, you just cheese it through the game. I feel like it's always going to be like that. Even if you reduce the prices, I'm pretty sure you can still find, something that will give you a pretty good return on investment once your crafting skills up to par. So, like, regardless of what they will change. But yeah, definitely weapon prices need to be reduced all down the board. Not even just throwing weapons, every type of weapon. Alrighty. What else we got? Okay, he's memeing over here. Nice, nice, nice. What else we got over here? Got a graph. Okay, let's read this post because the dev did reply to this post. So let's see what this guy is saying. Alrighty, so we have a reply to that dev statement that we just read. So the player states, armor and protective gear is more expensive by nature, specifically the good ones. Weapons are generally cheaper unless they are of mass destruction. Prices and everything need to be justified. They need to be grounded into proper game mechanics, and it's not really that complicated. Oh man, that man's about to tell you the method, the secret, the sauce. Alright. So he starts by saying, my opinion is that there should be an established connection between cost to produce and cost for the buyer. Cost to produce should take into account the availability of price of necessary materials, tools, times, and expertise. Better and stronger, rarer steel. Better, stronger, rarer steel of higher price plus men with tools and expertise to work with it equals better stats equals higher cost. Okay, so he's obviously wants a more dynamic system where, well, it kind of is dynamic as well right now. So I get what he's saying though. He wants pretty much what do you call it? Everything to be taken into account during the crafting phase, and that will pretty much equal better stats and higher cost. The better the you can say the ingredients are, right? The labor being included in the ingredients. And then he says the same should be happen for siege weapons. They should be expensive to build and require tons of materials, manpower, and expertise. What do you guys think about that? Do you think siege machines should actually cost you gold? I've been thinking about that. Do you think it should? Like, if you were to siege settlements, right? And what would be very cool is, what am I trying to say? based on the prosperity, or based on even like the owner clan, right? Like, what if like, how can I explain this? Because currently the AI will always rebuild more and more siege machines, infinite siege machines. You know what I'm saying? They won't ever stop. What if there was a way to stop that by making building a siege machine based on what siege machine you want to build actually cost dinars? I think that's something that could definitely be talked about. I think that right now it's just free. You know what I'm saying? It's free. The only thing it's taking up is your time, right? Which is also important in the game because sometimes you got to go a little bit faster. But what do you guys think? I think it makes sense, personally. And I think it would be cool because if you're sieging somebody for a very long time, you can really run their pockets. And then they'll be out of gold and it'll be much easier to take them. And they'll be out of siege machines as well. But yeah, what do you guys think about it? Alrighty, then he continues. People here are talking about locking items according to level as an alternative / increment to fixed prices. Artificial restriction of gear and gameplay is not a game feature that should be encouraged. True. Other games are moving in the opposite direction. Assassin's Creed, for example. Wait, what? Artificial restrictions of gear and gameplay is not a game feature and should be. Should not be encouraged? Okay, I don't know why it's written like this. Other games are moving in the opposite direction, like Assassin's Creed, for example. I hope, bro, I'm gonna keep it aside with you. I really, really hope. Look, here's the thing. I like Assassin's Creed. But how can I say this in the most best way possible? Their games just feel super grindy and repetitive. And that's with all the systems that are incorporated into their game, which sucks. It sucks. So, does it have artificial restrictions of gear? It does. Yeah, Assassin's Creed does have. So I don't know exactly what he means by this statement because Assassin's Creed definitely has restrictions on gear. And pretty much those restrictions are you having to go around the world and pick up ingots and stuff, you know what I'm saying, just to upgrade your gear, which is honestly, it is so annoying because they programmed it so each little ingot that you find, yeah, they're everywhere, that's fine, but each ingot you find, you'll either get, most of the time, 1 or 2 metal ores from it, and then that upgrade will be like 1,800 metal ores, and you have to find so many of them, and it's the dumbest thing. But yeah, I don't know if that's what he means by it, but okay, let's move on. The bigger problem that I don't see discussion is there's no cost of ownership. A simplified maintenance mechanic could be introduced. Low tier items require less money, material, expertise to maintain, and as the tier goes up, maintenance price increases. Nah, is he talking about in terms of like, let's say you get a really nice sword, you have to pay for it to keep it maintained? I'm gonna keep it honest with you. I like repair mechanics in games, but I don't think it's for this game personally. A repair mechanic that I really loved was in Fallout 3. They had some good mechanics there. How you can combine weapons to make them kind of, you know what I mean, take parts out of one and give it to the other. That was very cool. You had the weapon repair kits in Fallout New Vegas, but I don't think we need those in Non-Blade. I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's needed personally. Yeah. And then he says the curve should look something like this. Y price, X is tier. Could have put it right here, my wife. Kind of throws me off. Okay, so Y is price. So up and down. Wait, no. Does X go on this side or Y go on this side? Now I'm confused. I think this is... I'm an idiot. I think this is Y and this is X. Regardless. So, as the tier goes up, the price goes up. I don't know what that word is called. There's a word for it when the slope looks like this. It's not like it's not a 1-to-1. It doesn't start from 0 and just keep going the same way. It's more of like a curved increase. So the higher tier you get, the more overpriced it gets. I guess like the inflation of the price goes up. I don't know the wording for it. Okay, let's see what the dev has to say. He says, thank you for your posts and suggestions. The problem with the maintenance mechanic is that it introduces new information which is required to be communicated to the player. Before delving into that new, draw some pictures of what's impossible. The opinions are of my own and subject to change, of course. Bro, I hate how the devs have to say this nowadays because people don't understand that, you know, the devs are speaking on the forums. Like, they're speaking for themselves, and not everything they say is like confirmed. But people nowadays are so... I don't know if it's you know, people being gullible or people just, you know, kind of being malicious in a way of just, you know, taking people out of context all the time, which happens a lot nowadays, like in all types of social media and all that. But it's so weird that they have to explain this. I feel like this is such a... It's common sense, but again, a lot of people lack that. But yeah, like he stated, kind of like I stated too, the maintenance mechanic, it sounds cool. I don't think it fits the game personally. And then he says, firstly, I do not believe a maintenance mechanic who requires player action to repair deteriorated items does not really have a place in the... Oh my god, it's like I am this person. What? I'm telling you, man. I talk about something and then I read it and it's like literally kind of like, you know what I mean? Back to back, what I said. Cool. Repairing items one by one by some resource going through to the smith. Yeah, I just don't think it's there, you feel me? This introduces far too much micromanagement and does not really fit the perspective of the character we are playing. Exactly. The idea of having a maintenance cost of items that are used makes sense in a way. However, when the price is not paid, then weird stuff starts to ensue. True. I will think about this idea further. Yeah, one thing that immediately comes to my mind is a discrepancy between the maintenance cost and troop wages. If we want the items to be meaningfully cost something, then there will... okay, hold on. Then there will... this is the way he wrote it. Then there will unintuitive... I can't even read that word. Unintuitive relations... Okay, my bad. Then there will be, he forgot the B, unintuitive relationships between the maintenance cost of armor and the wage of troops with similar armor. True. And people already have a problem with obviously troops having like 300k worth of armor and their wage only being like what, 20? Which, you know, it is kind of it's funny in that way, but it does fit the game. You know what I mean? But I also have to say that me playing Bannerlord Online, where the wages are insane. I have like a group of 20 guys. Only like 4 of them are like, you know, fully upgraded, and my wage is like 800. It's crazy. And like to upgrade from a tier 2 to a tier 3, it literally costs 800 dinars. It's something crazy. But that's something, you know, that I think also works. I think both ways work, in my opinion. But then again, for single player, I think the current system works better than making the cost to upgrade very exuberant. Is that the word for it? Expensive. That's a better word for it. Then he states, another issue that came up is this. Suppose I do not enter combat. Do I still have to pay for maintenance? If this is the case, this will create a bad meta game of equipping before combat and unequipping after combat. True. If this is not the case, then it will still not solve the problem because we cannot make meaningful repair costs for entering combat. That is true because combat is very common. Okay. Also, for example, suppose I was not able to pay and my items deteriorate after the combat. When I have the money, will it be automatically deducted, or do I have to go to the smith now and click a button? Okay, so he's just pretty much saying, listen, dog, this idea, it ain't it. I understand, it ain't it. I know that all of them have some solution or another, but solutions that do not introduce unnecessary complexity, I am not sure of. Okay, so what he's saying is what the other developers have said. Listen, they're trying to find ideas that they can go up and get approved, ideas that kind of fit what the game has going. If the ideas include some, obviously complexity to it, adding new systems to it, it's going to be harder for it to get approved. While people might not like that answer, it is the brutal, honest truth. All right, and he ends. Nevertheless, your idea of having maintenance costs is a good idea, though probably we'll have to address the item cost issue in a more simplistic manner. As always, thanks for the feedback. There it is. There it is. And that looks like it's about it. Cool. What does he say? Okay, he's just talking about what he wants to be done. Okay. Cool. So not much new information, but we definitely what's it called? Know that this mechanic probably will not work, and that will probably do it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think it's the right choice to go for weapons first? What do you think about the crafting system? Do you think it's actually salvageable, or do we just need to restart from the bottom? I still think it needs to be restarted from the bottom, but I don't think that's how it's gonna be done. But yeah, that will do it for me, and like always, stay safe.